Keep moving forward. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 1075 of What's She Up To Now, documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world of business to the online world of business. And it's been an interesting journey. I like to review what I'm working on, what's working, what's not, and some of the lessons I've learned along the way. And this one today I'm calling Keep Moving Forward because I'm a little frustrated with certain things, certain aspects of life and humanity right now. And do you ever feel that way where you're just like shaking your head and you're like, I can't even believe this is what's going on around me? It's kind of how I felt most of 2020, where it's just like, really? What next? What on earth can possibly happen that and as soon as we say that, as soon as we say, oh, it can't get any worse, nothing else can happen, boom, something more ridiculous, more unbelievable happens. And yet here we are, and it's continuing into 2021, which is it's just frightening to me, the level of misunderstanding that we can have with other human beings. So, what am I working on? Working on challenges, of course. I'm finishing off the 365-day challenge to do one fun thing every day, which was perfect for 2020. And it's actually been perfect for the first week of 2021 as well. It's kept me going. We've only got one more day. Today was day 365, and there's only one page left in the book, and we'll finish that off. I think there's one page left. And we'll finish that off tomorrow. Yep, one page and then the credits. Who cares about that? So we'll finish this off tomorrow. Just started on the first of this year, and so today was day 7, first full week of doing one thing every day that centers you. I'm actually going to admit I'm struggling with this one a little bit. Why? Because I'm not very centered apparently, and I need to work on that some more, work on my core and what is really truly inside of me. So this will be a fun one, yet a fun and challenging 365-day challenge today. Today was about smelling the roses, which is right up my alley. I'm all about focusing on the beauty and the things that are all around us in nature, and appreciating and being grateful for the things that are working, not the things that aren't working. Doing the things we can do, not the things that we think aren't right or we can't really impact or make a change about. And I guess I was feeling that way this morning, that there's lots of stuff that goes on in our world that is outside of our control. And when we really boil it down, the impact that it has directly on our lives is really, really small. Yet we get emotionally invested and very, very upset about it. I was thinking about that today. And then our idiom for supersize your business was the pen is mightier than the sword. Love this idiom, love this expression. It's extremely powerful. And we forget how powerful a couple of things about the pen is. The pen means the written word, things that are documented or in writing. So that means books, stories, movies, different forms of media nowadays. Videos and audio is so big, but it wasn't around when this idiom was created in 1839. And even Hamlet used a version of even Shakespeare used a version of it in Hamlet in 1602. So it's an expression that's been around us, and we've seen examples of it for centuries. Think of the amazing documents that have been written that have impacted all of our lives. Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and other things. Martin Luther King used to nail notes to the church door instead of encouraging unrest and uprising due to racism. He wrote about it and wrote extremely eloquent things that were posted on the church. He just nailed them up to a church instead of inciting riots or creating race tension. Richard Nixon experienced firsthand the idiom, the pen is mightier than the sword, when Watergate occurred and he was forced to resign in 1974. Lots of examples of it in our own lives and in our businesses. Contracts, writing down our goals is a really powerful way to prove to ourselves that the pen is mightier than the sword, that we can create things out of thin air by writing about them and documenting them. Think of all the characters and I don't even know how to describe it. Think of all the characters and the things and the ideas that have been brought to life simply by writing about them, writing them down. I think of the Harry Potter series and the Matrix, all the different things, all the different movie series, all the different shows, all the different things that we enjoy with respect to entertainment. All of those were written down and created virtually out of thin air, right? Somebody's mind, and then they just wrote it down and it became real. So that was our idiom for today. I'm enjoying doing idioms. What I'm doing for the first 100 days or so of this year. I started at the end of last year, probably maybe not quite a week, but about a week into last year. Done An idiom a day for, oh, it's got to be 700 days or very close to 700 days now. And I started it as I was traveling and moving and doing things with respect to my household. And I wanted to find a quick way to communicate with the people in the Supersize Your Business group and in that community, but and add value, but not have to worry about what I was going to do every day, what I was going to talk about, what I was going to promote, what I was going to share, what I was going to teach. And so I thought, well, one of the things I used to like to do was study words and language. And it comes from journalism and some of my more interesting background education and experiences. And so instead of sharing a word of the day, because I'm like, everybody shares a word of the day, that's not as powerful. How about idioms? Because I always find idioms and their meaning and looking for how they connect to business really interesting and fascinating. And for about most of that time, I would create a practice Facebook Live on my personal page. And I stopped doing that probably the last week of December, the last week of last year. I got to the point where, all right, it's good practice, but it's another video that I'm doing every morning. And do I really need to do that? And so I was trying to simplify and cut some things out. And so I said, yeah, it helps me. It makes sure that the one I present to my Supersize Your Business group is better, more polished and more practiced and more thought out, because I've practiced the ideas that I want to share once already with everybody on my personal page. And then I share it specifically with the people with respect to their business and growing their business or building a business or starting a business or wherever, they happen to be in that process, but with a business spin to it. And I'm like, okay, that's one less video that I need to do every day. And that was as I was finishing up the fifth 30-day plus Get Up and Go challenge from 2020. And so I think I talked myself into being able to do one less video. When I was doing, 6 every morning, I could drop it down to 5. And now since the Get Up and Go challenge is done for December, I am down to 4 videos in the morning, which it feels better. It feels a little better. Now, I'm really missing doing that bigger challenge. So that's going to start up again very soon. I'm not sure exactly when, but February 1st at the latest, I'll start that up again. I can't decide, and maybe I'll ask for some feedback and input and say, hey, how long do you want the challenge to be? Do you want it to be 30 days? Do you want it to be, 21 days? Do you want it to be 14? 5-day challenges, they're a little effective, but they're mostly a marketing tool. They're not really that effective for actually helping people to create a lasting, measurable change in their life and transformation. To me, 30 days is the perfect sweet spot to have that happen, because it allows you enough time to teach and practice a particular skill or a particular activity to the point that somebody can make it their own. They can actually install it in their own subconscious and make it a practice and a habit of their own if you have a longer challenge. That's why I love the longer challenges. That's why, right now I say I'm not doing any challenges, but I'm finishing one 365-day challenge while I'm simultaneously starting another. So I don't even remember the last time I wasn't doing any challenges. And now yesterday I started a 30-day yoga challenge with my daughter, because she's like, we need to do this 30-day yoga challenge. They're already on day 5, but we're going to start on day 1. And she's expecting a baby in like 43 days. So it's a bigger challenge for her. And I guess I don't feel as inept when I'm doing yoga with her, even though I'm still terrible. But she's got the pregnancy disadvantage, I think. So it makes me feel personally a little less clumsy and off balance. But I'm more off balance not pregnant, just with my age and my klutziness, than she is, 8 months pregnant. So that's it. That's what I'm working on. If I can help you anyway, hit me up and ask in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Just another little discussion on what I'm working on, where I'm going, where I'm moving in 2021. And again, my 2021 goals are set, right? I've already set them. I know what I want to accomplish this year. But sometimes, like everyone else, I let the things outside of us that are going on and swirling around have an impact. And I felt a little bit of that yesterday and this morning as I was waking up. And I'm like, oh, you need to shake that off. And remember, we always keep moving forward. We always just do what we can with what we've got right now. And we trust ourselves to know that we'll always do the next best thing, the next right thing. I learned that one from my sister. She's in a Bible study group, and she's talking to me about one of the teachings, and one of the things that and I think she probably helped come up with it, was we just always need to do the next best thing for the situation, the next best thing for us, the next best thing that we can do moving forward to keep moving forward. And that's my message today is let's all just keep moving forward. And if we can help one another out, let's do that too. All right, have an awesome day. I'll be with you tomorrow.